I'm so excited, dude. I might get back into DBD again for a bit.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having a game that is like seasonal, you know?
That's just the trailer again.
Leon Kennedy. I hate the fact that I'm a Kennedy fanboy.
Could be worse.
You could like Albert Wesker and then they shit on your entire character.
Yeah. Every single goddamn time.
I also like Hunk, but he's not mainstream, you know?
I feel like Hunk is mainstream if you know Resident Evil stuff.
Okay,
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Like, if you're in the community, everyone fucking loves him. If you're not, you don't know who he is.
Yeah, you have no fucking idea who Hunk is.
Is that Funko Pops are coming. This is super exciting for us. We've been waiting on a long time to be able to announce this.
I probably should.
So right now, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the 4 characters.
Might pop myself up there.
Pops.
I think that should be a good spot.
The Doctor, the Huntress, and Claudette Morel. If you're like me, you're thrilled and you can't wait to get your hands on those.
Oh, sweet Funko Pops.
Get those before the end of the year. Okay.
I wanted a Leon Kennedy Funko Pop.
They have that.
Let me officially welcome you to the Dead by Daylight 6th anniversary celebration.
Fair.
We've got an amazing show for you today. We have the whole team ready to share some of the exciting stuff coming. We've got a few surprises in store. We hope you're going to have a good time. Now, last year, our 5th anniversary was all about looking back at the 5 years before. It was a trip down memory lane, and I had
this time's looking forward.
Since then, we've hit 50 million players in Dead by Daylight. That's crazy. We announced a board game that was funded in under 1 day on Kickstarter. That was an amazing job by our friends at Level 99. We've also consistently stayed within the 20 top games streamed on Twitch. All of that, and with our next chapter, we're going to now be at 59 characters in Dead by Daylight. But today, it's not about looking back. Today is about looking at the future. We couldn't be happier to have 50 million of you out there playing the game with us.
Otz's music at the beginning of his stream.
Ton of stuff to do. We want to focus on the things that are going to make their way into the game next year. In the past, we've used these anniversaries to share our dreams and to share our ambitions. And we dreamed big. It's our job to do so. Once in a while, these dreams ended up being bigger than what we were able to deliver. And we don't want to do that today. Today, our goal is to talk about what is actually going to happen within the next year and to give you precise timelines of when you can expect those changes.
Oh.
We're humbled by your passion and your support. Thank you so much for taking this trip with us through the last 6 years. And we have quite a lot more.
Fuck you, Nightbot.
Oh, and if you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, you can actually play Director of Broadcast by voting in the chat and help us figure out which segments are going to come in what order. And speaking of which, here's a list of everything that we have in store for you today.
Just present all the information and call it good.
Like I said, we want you to be in control of what we talk about next. You know what? Let's try it right now. Which one of these would you prefer to have?
Is this funny? Your stream actually looks cleaner than Otz's.
B, something really nice.
It's set up for stuff.
Oh, you have to do it on the actual channel. Damn it.
A, B, C, or D, or chat, but there's only A or B. Should put B.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stomping.
No, you're breathtaking, Shadow. How are you doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Are you still up? I don't care about free stuff. I'd rather hear about stuff, you know, that's going to be, like, awesome. If that makes sense. Oh. Blood point codes.
Thank you so much for joining us today in the celebration of
You're
Dead by
welcome.
Daylight's 6th anniversary. I'm Stéphane Beauchamp, Senior Producer on the project, and I'm joined by Justin Brown, Senior Product
I
Manager.
slept through my
on the
mic
project.
delivery? No!
In today's panel, we will have a look at the upcoming content for next year, so Dead by Daylight's 7th year, the planned chapters, as well as our 4 main pillars for the game. Before we dive into that, however, this is a really good opportunity to look at our accomplishments from last year and talk a bit more about
Thank
what
you,
we're
Havoc.
particularly proud of or excited or happy.
Pop that in
was
Discord.
released
Pop
over
that in the
last
Discord channel.
For me, I'm
as
always
well.
extremely impressed by the quality
Already
of our
done,
original
homie.
content. And
Awesome.
the Portrait of Murder chapter was another one that
I
left
had.
a mark on
I
me.
don't.
But that being said,
see
The B
we
for
do think this is an
flashbang
amazing year when
button.
it comes to licensed content,
Nuclear and
with the
DBD.
addition of
The B for
Resident Evil,
flashbang button.
Hellraiser chapter, as well as 3 classic cult horror icons into our game. And it really warms my heart to see all of those different characters come together in the one and the same game. Is there anything you're particularly proud of that we did last year?
Yeah, of course. The first thing that comes to mind is the updated onboarding and tutorial. Seeing that come out to such a positive reaction within our community was really amazing, really rewarding for the team that worked so hard on those features. The next would be the 2 brand new maps we introduced last year. It had been a long time since we introduced new maps, and the team totally delivered on those maps, visually stunning. And that's not to mention the unbelievable job they did.
I remember that. I won't forget that.
And last,
You should have had my back.
it would be the
I
snowman
didn't
event.
hear
All
what
of
they
the
were saying.
Hilarious memes, movies, memories that were shared in that sort of holiday season.
I was going in on some Aussies, my man.
Something I hope we can recreate again this year.
I saw that.
Now, I'd like to take this moment just
I
to
normally have
mention
the green
that
screen up, but I
when
don't
we
want the green
develop
screen
our
up.
roadmap, we always aim at delivering the most quality as we possibly can for you, our players. However, as it is a live tool, we are constantly having to update it due to urgent issues or new opportunities that arise throughout the year. As such, there were a few features we mentioned during last year's anniversary stream that still have not made their way into the game. Fear not, we will be talking about most of those features later today. Now,
What are we talking about?
talk about what's coming up in the next year.
Can we pick the free stuff?
I'll tell you some of the things we
We
know
did.
we can expect.
I think it was the same thing.
There
Like
will
no
be
matter what,
4
it was the
new
same
chapters,
thing.
which means
I
4
don't
new
think
killers
so.
and their survivor counterparts, of course. In addition to that, there will be 4 tomes in the archives, diving deeper into our
Oh god
characters'
damn it!
lore.
My key got stuck
And
again.
with the narrative
Well,
direction
one,
around
one, 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 one,
Berserker's
one, one,
Tower
one,
going
one,
in a
one,
new
one, one,
direction,
one, one.
We're all super excited to
Dude,
watch
you
that.
know how
unfold.
frustrating that is when it does that when you're trying to put in your
Learn more
password?
over the coming year. It's
Yeah.
really exciting.
It's like hard mode.
For some of you who have been with us over the past year, the 4
Even though
pillars will probably be known to you all. They're really things we have continuously worked upon over the last 6 years of the game. So
I
our 4
have
pillars
a.
composing the roadmap
Oh,
for this
Shadow
year
can hear me.
are
I have a
game
guess,
health,
Shadow, but I'm
quality
pretty
of
sure
life
it's.
updates, live design, as well
I
as
watched the
our
leaks.
events. You want to get us more info about the
Havoc talking
Game House?
binary. Don't worry, buddy.
Yeah,
0,
sure, I will.
1,
I
0,
would love
1,
to,
0, 1, 0, 1.
When we talk about game
To
health,
you
there are
too.
some
How dare
aspects of
you.
game health that will always be ongoing priorities.
I looked it up.
for us.
That says I hate
Security
you.
improvements and game
Havoc
performance
talking about it. Don't worry, buddy. I hate you too.
This year, we're putting an added focus on matchmaking. We want to improve the matchmake wait times as much as we can, in addition to accounting for the various play styles we see.
You know,
our
50
community
million people
through
playing. Why the
rewarding them
fuck
and such.
does it take so long to get
When
into
we
a
talk about
game?
matchmaking, though, it's also very much a quality of life topic, which segues very well.
Because
into our
fuck you,
second
that's
pillar.
why.
It is an amazing segue, as it was
Sag.
planned all along. You're a natural at that. Talking more about quality of life improvements and updates, you did talk about the roadmap and how we continuously shift things
Alright.
around and such.
Done
We
eating.
use a lot of the feedback from the community to feed into that. And as such, CSAT surveys are a really important part for that, forums, social networks, etc., etc. When we did announce the autoban feature during last year's anniversary, it was met with a lot of mixed feelings from the community, And as such, we really held off a bit to make sure we were doing this in the best way possible. We know toxicity
That guy's
as well as
shirt
cheating is
is a
something that has
mood.
to continuously be looked
No
at.
food,
and
no
addressed in the
love.
game.
I love it.
As possible.
Right?
As such, Otoban and improvements to those systems is an important part for us that we're going to keep looking at this year, but we want to make sure we do it in the best way possible. To dive a bit more into quality of life updates, we'll have Justin Banks and Aurélie Géraud talk a bit more about that in a future panel today, which I'm really looking forward to. But for now, is there anything you want to share with us about life design?
As a live game, constant iterations in our design and live balance updates are critical to keeping the game feeling.
We mentioned the
fun,
auto
fresh,
ban
and
feature
exciting
received
for players.
a lot of negative
In
feedback
addition
from
to
our
that,
community,
players'
especially
behaviors
those
are
with wall
constantly
hacks.
evolving, and we need to adapt to accommodate
I need that guy's shirt.
all the time. Matt Spriggans will be up shortly.
It's
talk
such
more
a
about the
mood.
Huge updates that we have coming and planned for this year in regarding live balance.
And huge is not an understatement.
Also, this is a very impromptu stream,
But
and I
one
don't
piece of
know
news we're happy to break right now
if this
that
all
we're actively
is
working
fine looking or
on
whatever.
a major rework of the Raccoon City Police Department map that we released last year during the Resident Evil chapter. We can expect to see that
No, I like
sometime
RPD.
this fall, but
Fuck
we
everyone
will
else.
keep you updated as we near closer to the final release date.
I'm very much
The
looking
fuck?
forward
Oh,
to
my
playing
battery's
it.
dead.
It's often been a difficult map to navigate and to play for players, and we're really looking forward to see how it can actually be brought up to the standards that we have today, and I'm looking forward. With that said, I'll jump into the events, something that really is an important aspect of the game. It allows us to move the game in a direction that's a little bit farther off the beaten path, something that's not necessarily what you'd expect from Dead by Daylight, but do that as a time-based thing allows us to really do something completely crazy sometimes and such. This is really an opportunity for us to get communities together and to generate moments.
Also,
together
Shadow, there's a
to get
bunch of
honest
hacks in the
feedback
game
of
still.
That game you played of Dead by Daylight during that specific moment of the year. As we've always done over the last few years, we'll have 4 main moments in the year that we're going to celebrate through events, which are going to be our anniversary period coming up in a few weeks from now.
Doesn't surprise me.
The
Yeah,
Halloween
they're
period, the winter
little
period,
slight
as
things
well
like
as the
speed
Lunar New Year
movement,
period. These 4 events
perfect
are
dead
really gonna
hard
be,
timing.
The main ones for the year. But
A
our
few other ones that I
cornerstone
can
events
think
gonna
of
be
that are
Halloween
still
and,
very hard to
anniversaries, and they're
detect.
Such big important moments for the game. On top of those, we're also going to
'Cause I don't-
try and
I
do
don't
more live
have 'em.
activations, such as a login bonuses, Blood Rush that you're all familiar with, and boosted Rift Fragments collection, so that there's a reason for everyone to come back to the game and be more excited about playing Dead by Daylight more often and be happy about
Shouts
the
from the
rewards
cheap
you're
seats.
getting
Get
through the
on
game.
with it!
Really looking forward to this year. It's really been an amazing one for us, and thank you so much, especially for the continued support throughout those 6 years. So, thank you, everyone.
By Daylight fans, I hope you're enjoying the 6th anniversary celebration of Dead by Daylight. I'm Matthias Claesen, I'm the director of the Recreational Fear Lab, and I'm here to talk to you about why people enjoy horror.
I have a
Now,
question.
it might seem
Why is
weird
it
that
when,
folks like us
like,
voluntarily seek out frightening entertainment, but it's actually very common and for good
Did
scientific
he say horse?
reasons. It is
Why
part
people
of human
enjoy
nature
horse?
to find pleasure
people
in
should play
playing with
horse?
fear.
Kobe?
It's what kids do when they play hide and
H,
seek, and
fuck,
it's what we
missed.
do when we play DBD. When you're playing as a survivor, you're reenacting an ancient evolutionary drama. You're trying to stay alive in a dangerous world by outrunning and outsmarting a bloodthirsty predator. Your
What?
whole
No
body is in
way!
survival mode, heart racing to prepare you for fight.
Survivor equals
You get that
survive.
invigorating
Confirmed.
adrenaline kick, and if you escape
I
the
love
killer,
Ots. He's
you're
like, this is
rewarded
fascinating,
with a
but this
flood
is
of
incredibly out of
feel-good
nowhere.
neurotransmitters, such as dopamine. Playing as a killer is
It is.
You're immersing yourself in that same ancient scenario of predation. But now it's about catching your
I also
prey
like
with
the number
ecstasy
of horror
phenomenon.
books
It's
that they
same
had to find to
adrenaline
put
kick,
on that
but the
shelf.
reward is
See,
not
the Penguin
nerve-tingling relief of
Encyclopedia
survival.
of Horror and the
It's the
Supernatural.
exhilarating
That
delight
black
of
book right
victory,
there?
the thrill of the
What?
Yeah, I see that.
So when you play DBD,
The
you're
Penguin
satisfying your primal
Encyclopedia.
desire for threat simulation, for playing with fear. But you're also
There's a
satisfying
lot of
another
Stephen King
primal
books up there
desire,
as well.
namely the desire for story. Because DBD isn't just about the hunt. It's also about exploring the rich,
Hey,
constantly
look at my shelf
evolving
full of
narrative
books.
world
I know what you're
of the game.
thinking. Dude, you can
Whether
afford
you're out
shelves?
for survival or blood, I wish you good luck on your next journey into the fog.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
see, look, the Penguin Encyclopedia of Horror. I'm like, what?
Shane, you could buy that
Penguin
No
horror?
Food, No Love shirt.
Oh my god.
How much?
The killer is coming, but the generator is almost complete.
All the subs didn't go.
A, hit the last skill check. B, run.
Let's fucking go.
Let the killer grab you. D, blow up the generator.
Dude. The killer is coming, but the generator's almost complete. What do you do? Well, this is weird scenario. How close is the gen being done? Also, how close is the killer? Just says he's coming. Doesn't mean he's in the back corner of the map and you're on the opposite corner doing the gen.
It's like, oh lord, he's coming, like the Austin Powers thing. Move, get out of the way.
Stop! Fucking love that scene. teabag and run away. See, that's why you get tunneled.
That's why you get tunneled.
Because I'm not gonna lie, if you're clicking a flashlight and teabagging, you're staying on that hook.
Hi there, I'm Matt, designer
Hi, Matt.
on Dead by Daylight. I work with Dave, the creative director, and the rest of the DBD game design team on everything from updating and balancing our existing content to the development of all
it's
our new
your
chapters
fault.
and game features. I'm really happy to be back with you once more for this 6th anniversary broadcast. The upcoming year is going to be a really big one for Dead by Daylight.
Wow, Matt has a
so I'm
sick fog
excited to
machine.
share 3 key updates that our team of
I
talented
like that they
designers
spent
have
money on
worked
this awesome set
an overhaul
when they
of
could
our
have put
pillars,
money
finder
towards
perks, a
their
rework
game.
of our approach to prestige and progression, and finally, an update on the changes to the momentum.
Ooh, they're
on the system.
updating prestiging.
I
One
like
of the
that
main
shitty
goals for the
palette.
game
Like,
design
someone's
team
like, hey,
is to
I
explore
need you to
new
make a
ways
palette. And he's
that
like,
we
okay.
can
He's like,
keep
no,
the
a
player experience
shitty
in
one.
Dead
It has
by
to be
Daylight
really
fresh
shitty.
and
We
fun.
could
Falls
go
apart
to
as
like
soon as it
New players
drops.
entering our universe,
we could go to like a
and for our
Coke
highly
company and get an
engaged
actual
expert players
palette,
with hundreds
but
or
you
even
know,
thousands
we
of
want it to be
hours in the game.
authentic.
In listening to our players and reviewing our own
It looks like
data,
it's made of
we've found that
styrofoam.
some of the most consistent feedback is that in our high-level matches, meta perks have essentially taken over, meaning that players are consistently seeing the same perk loadouts again and again for every killer and every survivor.
Yep.
Looking at
One
our
of the
data,
reasons I stopped
there's a
playing.
clear
That
gap
shirt
between
is
the most
$50
popular perks
bucks.
for each role. On the
Nope,
killer side,
I don't need it.
these are Corrupt Intervention,
I'm gonna put this in the
Scourge
cart
Pain
and then maybe back.
Barbecue and Chili, Hex Ruin, and Pop Goes the Weasel. And for survivors, Dead Hard, Decisive Strike, Borrowed Time, Iron Will, and of course, Self-Care.
You also
With
don't make the
motivation
other
to explore
perks
different perk
interesting.
loadouts, this can naturally lead to a feeling of gameplay becoming stale.
Yep.
Therefore, in the
No
coming
boons or
months,
no ed, huh?
we'll be releasing a major update that will rework
Well,
and
Noed's not run a
rebalance
lot because
roughly
everybody,
all the killer and
most
survivor
people who
perks,
run
including the
killer
ones that I've just mentioned.
see Noed as like,
This is aimed
that's a
at eliminating
crutch, and I don't need a
the
crutch.
dominant perk trends
Yeah.
and strategies that we've been seeing in the game.
It's just
for a
when
while.
Noed pops up, it's
There will
annoying.
also be some small baseline gameplay adjustments that we would like to share
Heard
with you
self-care.
a little
Self-care
bit
is really
closer to the
important, at
release
least
date.
3 times a week. Hell yeah, it is.
So,
It's meta as fuck.
No, it's not.
Keep
Gens are
reviewing,
important.
keep
Then you
adjusting our
assholes need to
personal
stop
perks
self-caring
this
in the
way
corner.
on a more regular basis
Right.
to make sure that we avoid these meta perks becoming consistent
Shadow's talking
trends
about like
that
actual
extend
IRL self-care.
whilst opening up
Oh,
the
I know.
gateway for
I'm
new
just playing
undiscovered
along with
metas to
that.
emerge.
I mean, if you play DBD and you use
With this
self-care only
upcoming
3
focus
times
on
a week,
balance, we're also working on an update to make perks easier to acquire and encourage more exploration of new combinations in perk loadouts.
I like he's like, hey, all the perks are gonna be easier to unlock when, you know, I just unlocked all of them.
Aimed at reducing the grind in the game by giving players more direct, quick, and easy access to perks, something that will improve the quality of life not only for our long-term dedicated players, but especially new players looking to get into the game. Our current prestige system is optional, and
Premium
it awards a
switches and
bloodied
cables for
version of the
keyboards?
base cosmetic outfit, whilst resetting the perks, add-ons, and items in the character's inventory. This update will change how this works entirely. When this feature releases, prestiging a character for the first time will instantly unlock that character's Tier 1 personal perks on all other killers or survivors, making them immediately available in their loadouts.
Oh, that's neat.
We know that our players are hoping that the RNG gods provide them with barbecue and chili in their early blood webs. However, with this
That's fucking
feature,
awesome.
you simply prestige the cannibal to prestige level 1, 2, or 3 to unlock all of Leatherface's perks at the corresponding tier for every other killer.
I like that.
This will
That's a nice
significantly
change.
reduce the grind and completely eliminate the random chance needed to acquire specific teachable perks through the blood web system. Of course, it's worth mentioning the prestige level won't be capped at just 3, so you'll be able to show your dedication to a particular character by raising them well beyond that.
What would be the reason to keep prestiging after that?
Prestiging will not remove their perks, items, or add-ons. So there's no longer an associated reset of the character.
Oh my god, yes. So you can prestige.
For those who haven't yet prestiged their characters, we're also working on a fair way to still reward players for their time investment and dedication once this update takes effect. Fans can expect both the prestige and perk updates to drop around the same time during a major release this summer.
We're in summer.
Finally, I would like to close things out with some news on the Mori updates that we shared last year. While it's still coming, we've slightly adjusted our approach to the system based on research, feedback, and prototyping iteration. We've arrived at something that feels more straightforward, yet still accomplishes the same goals that we set out with. The change to the system will still remove the
Hopefully you don't have to do the third hook, you can just Mori him.
Instead on rewarding efficient killer play, but we'll be incorporating the Mori animation as more of a natural ending to the match. This is something that we're currently calling the finisher Mori. When a killer downs the last survivor standing, rather than drawing things out and having them pick up and hook the survivor, we'll instead transition immediately and automatically to the killer's Mori animation, allowing them to close things out in style, and in a way that you would expect from an unstoppable killing machine. There's also a few other additional changes coming.
No more giving hatch though at the end.
Not quite ready to share yet. But
yeah.
We're hoping to
well, you can give hatch, you just can't down them.
As part of our Halloween update this year, so look out for that.
Because it looks like that Mori thing triggers as soon as you down them.
Cover all of the details
well, it makes me wonder, what if you down someone and he's crawling away and you turn and down someone else?
Head over to our website, deadbydaylight.com.
Well, I assume you could down them both.
Thank you as always for the support.
Yeah, but then let's say you hook guy and there's a guy already downed.
As soon as possible to see your amazing reactions. Thanks again, and see you in the fog.
So when you probably go to pick them up, it'll probably auto-Mori him. If that guy dies on hook, I want to say.
Welcome back to McMillan Estate for Dead by Daylight's 6th anniversary. I'm Justin, one of the senior product managers on the game.
And I'm Aurélie, producer on Dead by Daylight.
I'm going to butcher that. Hi.
What a cool set we're on today.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I hear there's some traps around, but we'll be a little careful.
Real life inspiration for Dwight.
So last year, Aurélie and I were here with all of you.
Oh my
to
God.
talk about the pillars for the year. But I think some other guys on the team have that covered. So this year we're here to talk about the quality of life updates that are coming to the game for Year 7. And now, while it's always our goal to give you the most accurate picture of what's coming and when, the reality is that deadlines can shift as well as priorities. And we live in a pretty weird world these days, so there's a lot of external factors as well. So, I mean, that all being said, we are going to work to have the most open dialogue with our players. So if something changes, you can bet us, other members on the team, we are going to be communicating and let you know if something shifts, changes, removes, added, really at all. We're going to make sure that you guys know about it. That being said, let's get to it.
Yes.
Ain't none to it, but do it.
Today when you will open the PTB, the first thing that you will notice is this new vertical layout that we have. The idea behind this is we were running
I like how she needs subtitles.
The current one, and we wanted to have more clarity.
Let's be nice.
And also make some information way more visible to players. Like, for example, some text in some languages, they will have more space, but also when we have an event or something happening in the game, now you will be able to see right away when you enter in the game what is happening and how long it will take. You won't have to go through different screens, navigate through the game to get access to this information.
And so I think if I can kind of nail down something cool for everybody is that I don't have to go into the archives to see how long is left in the Rift.
Correct.
I'll see it right on the main menu.
Correct. You will have the exact timer on how long
Oh,
it will take,
are they changing the
until
menu to
the
look
end
like
of the
that?
week. And that's part of what will make
Yeah.
just the navigation easier
That's-
and the information
that's
easier
neat.
to find in Dead by Daylight. Another feature that will be also available today for the PTB, and I think that one will be really appreciated.
I think so. I think this one is one of those that players have been asking for quite some time.
That's true. So that's the preset loadout. In the loadout screen now,
Oh my God.
able to have different saves, up to 3 for the moment, for your
That is so
offering,
clutch.
perks, add-on,
It's
items.
about damn
So you
time.
will be able to adapt your playstyle.
Have
How you
friendly
play
killer,
that
try
way.
hard killer,
So, I mean,
adapt.
If you guys want to create one loadout for goofy
Oh, I'm
players,
already
one
set
for
on all the
playing by
adepts.
yourself, one for playing as a team,
Unless they add new killer.
change those to the press of a button.
They're
No
adding a
longer
new
are you
killer.
looking through, the
Well,
whole
yeah, they're always
different
adding
perks
new
that we have.
killers.
Correct?
And I have a
It
guess
will
who
be
he's
your
going
choice
to be.
decide between hardcore and casual.
I
game.
also have a guess who he's going to
Something
be.
else, you'll be also able to save
How?
loadouts for your cosmetics.
Well, you posted
So
pictures
if you
in
have different style
Discord.
and you're always like wondering which one to use, well, now it will be extremely useful, easy for you.
Jesus
to
Christ,
switch
50
between
tips,
them.
50 more tips, 100
And
tips in
for
Hunt.
both the main
Appreciate the
menu
Lurk Shadow.
and the preset loadout, we really
Bye,
think that
Shadow
the
Sama.
future, they will
Bye,
bring
Shadow Sama.
more
Good luck
comfort
stacking
and
fish.
ease for the player, and we are really looking into feedback. So please, when you grab the PTB today, share your feedback about this two improvement. This will help you to create the best
Oh, Ember the
quality of
Otter.
life improvement in the future as well.
Yeah, that's the mod bot.
But
You
that's
should
for
have really
today.
capitalized
What is
those
happening for
letters.
the next
It's hard to
upcoming release?
Right. So for that, we've
They
got
blend.
It wouldn't.
other
It wouldn't let me
features to
capitalize
share
it
with everybody out
for
there.
some reason.
One of the main ones that we actually announced last year.
Because I had E, T, and
I think we
O
were both there.
capitalized, and it wouldn't take that one,
matchmaking
and I don't know why.
So what we mean
That's
when we're
weird.
talking about this is
I like that Ember
when players
mentioned
are
something about
matchmaking,
stacking fish, when
try
I
to
imagine
establish
that's something an
good
otter would
ratio
do.
of core survivors to one killer. And whether or not
Fits.
this ratio is like, imbalanced one way or another depends on your server, depends on your time of day. So what we are doing is we are providing players with extra blood points to play as the role that is most needed on their server, at that time of day when they're online.
Oh, that's
I
neat.
think it's going to be pretty useful for our players.
Correct. And with the new
That's
layout
pretty
that
cool.
we just mentioned, like it will be really easy for the player to see in front. Like
Although
on
I can
the
see a lot of
page,
people just going
they
like,
should
fuck
be
that,
able
I ain't
to
playing
access
killer.
in time.
Exactly. As soon as you log in, you're going to know which role needs you the most. So if you're there for BP or if you're there just to have fun with your friends, I mean, really, we're giving you so many more options. I think it's going to be a great experience once this is introduced. Not even that, but while you're in this matchmaking, trying to get that incentive, we are doing what we're calling a game flow refactor. Very techie name, I know, but if we break it down, it's really giving you guys the opportunity to navigate around the game while you're waiting in the queue. So when you're waiting in matchmaking, with your friends alone, what have you, you'll now be able to browse the store, check out some
Thank
really
you.
cool outfits,
Thank
other
you.
areas of game, and even check out the archives. So if you want to change your challenges or read some lore while you're waiting,
That is awesome.
I don't know why that wasn't a
Yeah,
thing.
and I really love this feature because it feels like not a big change, but actually it will just bring so much comfort and remove so much frustration that I really like the fact that the navigation will be easy and you won't have
That's what you
any,
call quality of life.
It will be
Mm-hmm.
exactly navigate.
and so now we're already making it more accessible to get to the archives for players by doing this, by putting the timer for the Rift on the main menu, but we're also doing some more updates to the archives coming later this year. So two of the main changes that I think players will appreciate right off the bat is now you can have one survivor active challenge and a killer active challenge. So no switching back and forth or anything crazy like this, no starting a killer match while having a survivor challenge equipped and feeling like you've wasted your time.
Actually, it will be super cool because with the matchmaking incentive you just mentioned before, well, if you see that the survivor queue is better for the moment, and you have a killer challenge on, you won't have to go back to the archive, switch the challenge just because you want to go to the survivor queue and lose time.
But you could queue, and then you could change it.
It's her job to
Now
point
we're-
out the obvious.
And so what would happen is as you find a match, we'll give you a notification full screen that you finished whatever you're doing, and then bring you into the match. So I think that's going to be a very fun experience for players. But getting ahead of ourselves.
No comment.
One of our other big features that we're updating in the archives is your ability to view a full outfit within the Rift. So, I mean, I think we've both visited the Rift page quite a bit now that it's been out for a while.
Fuck,
now,
dude.
if a player selects a piece of a cosmetic from an outfit
I
in
hate
the Rift,
you.
there's going to be an available button to click to view the full outfit as a preview. So if you're not keeping up to date with our amazing marketing trailers that are
It's just this way no one else is going to pop in and do it to
you can
you.
view it from directly in the game. And then go
Juicy
watch the
pear
marketing trailer
booger.
after, because they do a lot of work on these and they're very cool. So we're obviously trying to get a lot of these changes out for this fall in one of our upcoming archives releases, alongside some other
Why is it spicy?
unannounced archive stuff, which we're keeping a little hush-hush now. But it's the 3rd anniversary of the archives, so we're trying to put something really special together for you guys.
Why is it spicy?
But we've got another big feature.
What bean
in the
did you
works, and
get?
I think I'll let you spill the beans on this one.
Yes, and
I don't
this
know.
one,
Fuck
I
you.
think our player, you are going to love it.
There's no way this guy
so we
fucking
have
know.
decided- Do you remember last year when we talked
Spill
about
the
bots?
beans on this.
Not at all.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you will do. So when we talk about bots,
Oh my god.
actually this year, by the end of the year, we really want to introduce bots in custom match. So the idea here is we want to give the player, like if you're missing a friend.
Oh, I'm glad you did that,
if
Flame.
you
I
don't
was.
have any friends at all.
It's a good
or
moment.
If you just want to
It's a good
play
moment.
kill and play, try to learn a new killer, well, you will be able to do that in a custom match and just fill out the matches with bots. So that will be extremely simpler for you to play. And we feel like for some player it could be intimidating to play a new killer or to just learn a new one. And
So you can
this
just set
will
up a bot
actually
lobby
be
and
a
play by
safe
yourself.
environment for them
That's
to
good. I like
try,
that. That's a nice change.
And remove the pressure that you can have sometime when you're in a real match.
For sure. And I mean, it's not just learning a new killer that can be stressful sometimes, but new maps as well, because the layouts can be entirely different. There's some new loops that you need to learn. So it's a great way for players to be able to practice those as well. You know, use an old killer, use old survivors as bots, and just try out whatever map you want.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And this feature is probably the longest one for timeline, and we're targeting this winter for this one to be out. And we can't wait.
I'm super excited for this one.
I am too.
I'm a bad killer, so I'm looking forward to it.
And I think you still have 2 features.
Well, no
that you would like
offense.
to
You
talk
are
about.
Dwight.
I do. So these ones are a bit smaller, but I think our players and streamers will also be interested on both of these. So the first one I'll discuss is what we're calling streamer mode or anonymous mode.
Where you
Still
can turn
undecided
off
in development,
names.
So the name may change, but the basic premise of this is to make sure that all of our players feel safe as they're playing the game. So that we're obscuring your name or the name of your friends as they're playing, so that no toxic players or ne'er-do-wells inside or outside the game can find it and target you in some way.
And for the security, that's a huge plus as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just want our players to feel safe as they're playing our game, and we hope that this is a great tool to actually let them do it. Now, the other feature is, I guess, all about the survivors not feeling so safe, which is our updated wiggle system. So if you've been paying attention to Dead by Daylight, I know we have, talking to you, for the past few months, we've been testing out our updated system under our beta tab, so players were able to opt in and try it out. So whereas previously the wiggle system was mashing 2 buttons back and forth, keyboard controller, whatever you chose, now it's instead a skill check. So during the beta, we were all listening to a lot of our player feedback, so our design team has really taken that into account, and with those changes, we're going to make it a permanent feature in the future.
And on behalf of the team, really thank you for using the beta tabs. It was really, really useful for us to collect all this information and to see how you feel.
Wow, it's weird. It's like if you put the thing in the actual game for people to try, then you can get data more better instead of having to re-download the whole game.
But this let us really bring in all of our console players.
Because doing stuff on the PTB doesn't give you anything.
All of their input, especially given that it was very controller heavy.
Because nothing carries over. It's so annoying.
And sometimes we just need more time.
Yeah, if they allowed blood points to go over, like let's say you use the PTB, and then they give you 100,000 blood points a day from using it,
so head on over
or for a full match a day, like you have to complete 1 full match, or like
and we
30
really
minutes.
hope you guys, you're excited about all
Or if they just like, or like if because PTB is only up for like a week. If they did that week where you got like
this
double
anniversary
2
with
times
us,
blood points,
and
right?
we hope you
Would encourage people to go there and fucking do that.
Well, see, I don't want it to make people use the PTB the whole time. Like, if they did a thing where it's, if you play for like 5 hours in the PTB, you'll get like 200,000 blood points at the end of the week.
Well, that's the thing. If you only set it for a small time period, people are only going to go on and go like, yeah, did it, I'm out, and then the like crowd in there will go away.
This guy stole your hair color.
This guy's hair is not the same.
Fuck this guy.
One team throws in a chaser, one team throws in an invader, and the one rule is don't get caught.
His hair is like.
Have you seen this professional tagging? It's some cool shit.
In chase tag, are you using vaulting? Because in DBD, when I'm being chased, vaulting is a pretty powerful evasion tool.
Yeah, vaulting gives you a very easy way of getting an obstacle in between you or whoever's chasing you.
So, what about slow?
What if they added that to DBD? Just jumping 2 pallets like that?
You should add. They should add a parkour person. Is that the same dude?
What, with the blue top?
The blue and red.
Yeah. Jason Uli? Uli?
Oh, no, it's 2 different guys.
No, he was trying to keep up with them. He kept falling, though. Wow, that's cool. The Huntress VHS rated R. That's neat. That's not what I'm interested in. Have you seen this shirt?
10% off. So it's a $45 instead of $50.
Wow!
Why is that one so much more expensive? Is it because it's a sweatshirt? Is that why?
It's probably because it's a sweatshirt.
I would wear that.
The killer is in pursuit. What do you do? A, drop the pallet. B, use dead.
Again, more context is needed. Am I hurt?
C, loop forever.
Crouch furiously.
Crouch furiously.
Loop forever? That seems like the easy one.
It should be attempt to loop. Drop the pallet, attempt to loop, use dead hard, or crouch furiously.
Again, that implies you're hurt. Because if you're hurt, you can say you're going to loop forever, but you know in the back of your mind, if you haven't put like some hours into the game, you're panic dropping that pallet.
Oh, yeah.
There, I put a link to the shop where the cats and dogs stuff is. 100,000 blood points? Let's go, baby!
I like how odds, they all start typing in D. Oh, GIG XLM 3G.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Ashley, the associate.
Hi, Joe Ashley.
By the Light. I'm joined by Xavier, our
Hi, Xavier.
director, and also Rose, our project manager.
Hi, Rose.
A big part of what makes Dead by the Light so great are the characters. And telling the stories is one of the best part of our job. While a lot of storytelling is happened through lore, there's also a way for us to tell the story through the art and the visual. Today, we want to share with you a bit about the process of the collection that inspires us. We want to break some news about new announcement of our brand new collection we've been anxious to share with you guys for a while.
Yes, thank you, Josh. Well, let's take a moment to talk about like what's behind the several outfits and collection we provide to players during the year. So, artistically, the approach is different when we work on.
I like that. All, like it just clicked. All of them are wearing like some form of merch. If it's not like a bland
we often look
shirt, if that makes sense.
On spin to
Yeah.
icons and events everybody's familiar with.
Because I assume on the back of his shirt is the Huntress one. Same with the Rose.
It's really our take on Halloween.
I don't know, with that kanji, it's probably
cosmetics around traditional vampires, witches, werewolves. We decided to do something more unique, to tell a unique story, and we we have like our killers. We made them more horrific.
Jesus fuck, his eyeball.
Substance linked to the entity. The result, I think, is unexpected, more original. The lore and
I'm watching you, always watching.
At the same time, and we get to celebrate Halloween in a way that's very true to.
So I love the Halloween event stuff. It's always so cool looking.
The goal is to create collections like this for all seasons. These collections would be something that we could return to and add to every year, but on our own terms.
I know, like giving Jill a sweatshirt where her boobs are bigger.
For Xavier, but also not.
Thank you, Asian girl, with your
Thank you. She's the real MVP.
Share with us the different steps on the production to create these visuals.
We bad people.
So as you know, well, I got a good idea.
No, I
about the
appreciate her
collection that
a
you
lot.
want. So afterward, I think the first step is to talk to the narrative team. The idea behind it is to make sure that we have a good idea and make sure also like it's kind of related to the character. So the cosmetic that we want is related to the character, the story background, and the lore. Afterward, we need to talk to the concept artists. They're the one who are going to put on paper pretty much with the art director and the concept art to put on paper pretty much the idea that we want as cosmetics. So and also
that's my boy Trickster.
Put in detail what we want. So meaning like the accessories, the detail, and the type of material that we want. Once we're done, the character team can use those concepts to start their modeling phase. So pretty much to have the 3D model ready.
Mm-hmm. So in the case of the Fire Moon Festival, we created this in tribute to the Mid-Autumn Festival that is celebrated in so many Asian countries. And it is our own DBD-specific event that boasts like concerts and celebrations that are surrounding the full Fire Moon. And it's a celebration of life and also a reflection upon death. Yeah. So another part of creating this event ourselves was to be able to include a wider variety of characters into the collection. So, for example, those that didn't have an Asian heritage.
We should talk also about licenses because today, right now, we have something really important to share with the fans. Right, Rose?
Yeah, indeed. So another interesting part of working on these collections is being able to work with existing licenses as well. So we're able to introduce new stories and other brands that we love also into the world of Dead by Daylight. Speaking of which, anime and mangas are widely requested from our fans around the world. And we're really excited to be able to announce today a new collection that's right around the corner, one that marks DBD's first major crossover with an anime title. So without further ado...
Oh my god, what?
What anime?
Berserk?
No. Of fucking course. It's a collection though, so it's probably just costumes.
Of us on Dead by Daylight team are big
That's fucking cool.
That's cool. I thought, like, at first I rolled my eyes because I was like, great, it's just gonna be fucking...
New collection based on Dead by Daylight has been really, really exciting.
That's cool.
We're thrilled to be including 10 different outfits for both survivor and killers, and also we need to say some surprise for later on.
Can you at least show like one or two? There we go.
The concept art for
I need a Mister. I need a nemesis, naked Titan.
It's a great challenge, but really exciting.
I mean, it would make sense because he's the only one who punches. But he's got a tendril thing, so I don't think that would work. But it is just a costume.
Yeah.
Making sure like the characters.
I could definitely see somebody getting a Survey Corps jacket thing.
The goal was not to.
I hope it's Leon.
And transform them into.
It should be Leon. Like you would understand that, right?
I understand. Okay, so I understand for voice actor, but at the same time, it's Capcom.
Capcom's open to. They will partner with anyone.
I know, but it's mainly because Bandai have the rights to game stuff, and they normally don't like their like game IPs crossing with other games.
To select some of our favorite characters from Attack on Titan, and so we could focus on.
Odd said he can't wait to see Jill with or not Jill, but someone with an eye patch.
We have Eren one of the hero of the show, and we have Dwight. Dwight, in a sense, is one of our heroes also on DBD. He's here since years, and
I know. Did you see the last guy where one of the developers looks like Dwight? It's crazy.
The messy hair.
Dwight, Aaron
and
crossover.
Even the equipment of Attack on Titan.
Yep.
We make sure like the equipment isn't straight.
Oh my god, that's cool.
I was joking. I wrote it in my journal. Dead by Daylight came up with a funny joke today.
The equipment isn't straight. Nothing's perfect because it's Dwight.
Oh, that's cool looking.
And with Zarina, like they are both.
Zarina and Hanji fit. Oh my god, that is awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I would play Zarina for sure.
Herself, we gave her eye patch.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Glasses because she doesn't wear glasses. The Armor Titan. He's there, you know. We have it as an ultra rare cosmetic for.
As the Oni, that's awesome.
And not only was a good match because we apply this skin in one of our largest killers.
That's kind of cool.
But also
that's really cool.
To use his crystal form for the rage mode, and while the base of the crystals are blue in the show, we tinge them with a red VFX to represent the traditional Oni blood rage for the game.
That's it for us. We hope you enjoyed the behind the look scene and also our new collection that we just showed you. Of course, we're gonna keep an eye.
It makes sense. It makes sense that they can't put it on. That was only 3. They said they had like 8 characters.
No, they said they had 10.
10. Oh my god,
here it is.
So cool.
There's the leak character. Where's the leak killer? I can see the future! Somebody really just likes interior design.
Why put a lamp on the ceiling when you can put a ceiling light?
There's the leak guy. Roots of Dredge. June 7th.
Roots of Dread. The Dredge.
Hi everyone.
That is
I'm
awesome.
Dave Richard, creative director.
Hi Dave Richard.
And I'm super glad to be here today to share the newest content for our latest chapter, and of course to celebrate the 6th anniversary of Dead by Daylight. The tradition is to tell you all the content that's going to be in the chapter. And this time we're quite excited. We're changing the recipe a little bit, and we're doing an original chapter. So this new chapter is called Roots of Dread, and it's a full chapter. It contains a new survivor, a new killer, and a new map within a new realm of the entity. That's quite exciting. So the story for the chapter revolves around a town, a perfect town. Well, a town that seems to be perfect. But of course, the residents are hiding something terrible.
As is tradition.
Secrets and a darkness. And when that darkness starts to bubble up to the surface, it creates our newest killer, the Dredge. Well, let's talk about it a little bit.
Have you ever watched a horror movie and this town goes like, and anybody goes like, this town is perfect? It's like, yeah, it's not. It's a cult.
Domestic fear. It's a monster that is really close to us. That is in our familiar.
I see you.
Under our bed, in our wardrobe.
It's fucking eyes.
That's the type
you see it?
Creature we
Yeah, they keep using the same eyeball for every art.
So it is
They do.
the physical representation of the darkness of the whole town, of their secrets. And it is a weird and strange creature, a monster.
Oh, it's weird, you say.
Impossible biology, featuring various limbs, heads, different parts.
What's its ability?
It is emotionless, and it's impossible to plead for your life when in front of this creature. We wanted to make sure to create a visceral scare when facing this creature. It's a bit like when you're having a nightmare, and you know it was super scary when you wake up, but you can't exactly put your finger on what it was that you've seen. The visual design of the Dredge is quite unique. It's a first for Dead by Daylight killers. It's a monster recreated by different limbs, different heads.
You see me. Like, look at it.
And we wanted to make sure that you, the player, would be able to customize as you wanted this monster. What's really cool
just
as well
compared
for
it
the
from
community
Nito
is that
from
we
Dark
are
Souls.
able to explore themes
That's
that
real
are
fucking Nito.
organic, but also constraints, like this amazing cosmetic.
Wasn't
that
Grave
features
Lord Nito
dolls.
one of your favorite?
Nito is one of
Now
my
let's
favorites,
move
yeah.
on to the power of the
Okay, I
dredge.
thought I was right with that.
So when playing the dredge, we wanted you to feel like you're the embodiment of darkness, of fear itself. We wanted to recreate that feeling of a monster that's really close to us, that lives in your house. And so there are two phases.
Oh, I
to
don't
the
think you
power.
can. I don't think you guys have the
First phase is
technology to
ability
recreate the
to
monsters
use
that live in my
lockers to
house.
teleport from and to. So of course this is great for map movement.
The baby?
Travel the map
Shush!
quickly. But it's also great to surprise survivors that are nearby lockers, and even survivors that are hiding inside the lockers. The second phase of the power is called Night Cycle, and this is where it gets really interesting.
Oh shit! I
So
missed the first
based
phase.
on action,
And
the
scare
dredge will make
survivors
some
nearby
abilities.
lockers or
The Night
survivors while they're
Cycle
in
will build
lockers?
on the
Oh.
survivor. When it is finally completed, Night Cycle will trigger, and a darkness will engulf the survivor. This darkness makes it very difficult to navigate, especially in chases.
Well,
The
I would
only thing the survivor
imagine.
can see in the distance will be the dredge itself. But that's really creepy and will for sure make the survivor make mistakes. Of course, the dredge comes with 3 unique perks. We won't go into the details of these perks today, but
Of
I
course
can say
not.
that they are themed around chaos, secrets, and corruption. Okay, now let's move on to our newest
Hey, don't go into the
survivor.
details. I'm going to go
called
to the
Addie
leaks
Cole.
again.
And you might know her from some archive entry that appeared in the past.
Yep.
She appeared 3 times in the archive, actually.
Yeah, she did.
So Hattie has a dual heritage. She is born in northern India, but was raised by her adoptive family in Quebec. And so this will be an interesting background to explore through her different cosmetic and also through future archive entries. Addie has a very unique ability to see bleeds. These are areas of the world where the entity's influence intersect with our world. And so Hattie had her share of paranormal adventures and encounters with dreadful beasts from the entity's world, strange creature. And actually we can see on her body all sort of scratch and marks from these encounters. Of course, Addie will come with 3 unique perks added to the roster of abilities that the survivors
But we
kinda
won't
nice
talk about
touch.
those today.
use.
Yeah, it
All
is.
those
These are themed
scratches
around
on her
paranormal
arms and
insight,
stuff, you get those on your
proficiency
forearms from defensive
with
wounds.
occult
Yep.
items, and her own temerity.
That I know. I like that they're doing stuff like, hey, check out this badass character who, you know,
So
kind of
this time
fights the
around,
entity.
We're really excited to introduce a new realm.
And then it's like, hey, go fix this
for
gen.
chapter. So really, we are going back to the roots of horror, to a classic, something that we see numerous times into different horror novels, movies, and other horror material.
Castle map,
And this
castle
is
map,
a
castle map.
small American town. So we wanted to make sure that we created something domestic, something familiar. And so for the dredge map called the Garden of Joy, we are featuring one of the house
Get
of
it?
the perfect town that we talked
Get
about.
it, Joy?
This house
Get it?
looks perfect from the outside.
You know what they need to make
It
is a
like
map
ghost
in
sitting in the
a
middle
cave
of a
system.
gloomy forest
A
created
map in
by
a cave?
Yeah.
When you go inside that house, you'll see how twisted and wrong it is. Just like the residents that are hiding all of this darkness in secret.
That'd be cool.
What's really cool about this new realm is that in the future, we will be able to explore it again, but in other contexts than in the dredge perfect town. So this realm is built from different memories, from different characters. And so we'll be able to explore different cities wrapped inside that same realm. All right, that was the whole content of our newest chapter, Roots of Dread. I hope you are as excited as us to try.
I wonder if they're going to announce, like,
We'll
other
be able to do
IPs
so
that they got.
right after this event as we go live on the PTB.
Yeah, Odds to say that
chapter
they're
will
gonna
become available
revisit
to
their
all
old
on June
characters.
7th. So thank you again for listening today, and thank you for an incredible year of Dead by Daylight.
Are you gonna play the PTB today, bud?
No.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Dr.
Sag.
Italo Brown, emergency physician.
What's up, Dr. Italo Brown?
Dead by Daylight.
The doctor?
All right. So why is this person sitting? Oh, now that's actually kind of dope. It looks like he was injured or something, and she came through and rubbed.
Oh, it's like a YouTube React thing, kind of like the lawyer guy.
If we could start prescribing
Doctors
back
react
rubs in the
to
emergency department,
DBD.
I promise you, I would let the thing fly. Everybody, you get a back rub. You get a back rub. Straight up on some, Oprah level stuff. It's actually funny because there is evidence that back rubs help. They help physiologically. People say that it lowers heart rate.
Well, we're not even talking about the fact that she's physically not touching him. So, it's like,
Next video.
like, look, my hands are touching.
Yo, I've seen all in your back. Wait a minute, bro. Oh, dude, no. Wait a minute. All right. I had to pause. One, this man got thrown on a hook, and I've seen this in a bunch of different movies, so it's really accurate. These like butcher hooks are real. Obviously, if someone ended up on one, it was intentional, in my opinion. From that angle, I'm pretty sure it's piercing, one of the ventricles of the heart, right? So the heart, we know, is like this, right? That left ventricle is kind of posterior and sits to the side, as if I took a football and held it, with the laces kind of downward, right? So if that goes through that left ventricle, man, he's dead. There ain't no pulling yourself up off of it. No, sir. I don't believe it.
Also a video game. Are we hyper analyzing video games that take place in an alternate reality where you can keep dying and be reborn?
For the full video
Back
later
to Alan
on
Wake.
this week, okay? Happy 6th anniversary, y'all. Peace.
I mean, I hyper analyze everything sometimes, but not to that degree. It's a video game. Chill. Same thing like the guy who breaks down lawyering in movies.
Yeah. I'm guilty of cop stuff in shows too. Like someone does something like, why the fuck? No. You get your ass reamed.
Okay, but that's different because like there's things that they do in cop shows that are not realistic. Oh, jerseys.
I want a Leon one.
You see a lit hex totem. What do you do?
What do you do? A, disassemble it. B,
Again, what's the context? Do we know Ruin's active?
turn it into a boon totem. D, point at it, but let your teammates deal with it.
Why is D always toxic? $51, 54%. Everyone would just break it. Noted. I'm bringing Haunted Ground from now on.
Sag.
I see Elite Hex, I break that shit. No. Unless I see Ruins on the map, then I'm not touching it. Stop researching. I should probably... There we go. Just move it right there.
I'm wondering what game I should stream today.
What game do you want to stream today?
I don't know. I was going to stream, and I prepped streaming Death Stranding, but I know it's kind of an open world game, so and I know it's gonna be hard for people to follow. Then there's Chernobylite, which is like a off one.
The product managers on Dead by Daylight.
And then I also have It Takes Two, which I could co-stream with you.
This time joined by a new partner.
Hi, I'm May. I am a Twitch lurking dog snuggling influencer
Or Justin.
manager on Dead by Daylight.
So, since a Dead by
Isn't that the
Daylight
girl who
anniversary
Otz
wouldn't be the same without a
read
celebration
in
of
Survivor?
fog, both May
No,
and
it's
myself
Anna.
are here to share with you what's going on for the Dead by Daylight 6th anniversary in-game event.
Did she say Twitch lurker?
Last year we had a really fun one, but the team has
We appreciate
taken
Twitch
a hard
lurkers.
look at what worked and what didn't.
Just in Survivor,
and we're
then?
trying to find ways to take it even further for the 6th anniversary, which is actually starting on our real anniversary this year. So the event
the 16th,
starts
yeah.
on June 16th. I think it's really cool. So for the theme this year, Fog is going to be celebrating something called the Twisted Masquerade. Now, this is meant to be a real party in the world of Dead by Daylight that's being hosted in the entity's name by someone lurking in the shadows, I've heard.
Everyone loves a masquerade, so we've really tried to run with the theme and taken our decorations to the next level. As you might have already noticed in this broadcast, we've added this gorgeous midnight blue to our usual black and gold color palette, and you'll see it all over the entity's realm during this event. We're also reskinning the Killer Shack and the exit gates, and there's going to be some really cool, creepy effects because of it. Expect the entire Fog to be decked out to the nines.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we're decorating for really the first time, like proving just how big this whole celebration really is.
Thanks,
we really want this to feel like a party and a celebration. So everything is really going to play on this masquerade theme in some interesting ways, beginning with our anniversary cosmetics. So last year was the second year that we actually did the Crown Collection, where mechanic-wise, players would run around, find pedestals, and collect a crown for that specific character. But this year, with this masquerade theme, we wanted to find ways that we could really push it further and deliver an even bigger payoff when it came to the cosmetics that you'd be able to collect.
So while you'll still be hunting down pedestals in your trial, this time you're going to be grabbing invitations to the Twisted Masquerade. Collecting those invitations will earn you one of 12 possible cosmetics as killer or survivor, and since we're going to a masquerade, it's going to be beautiful hand-designed masks. Last year, while you could earn cosmetics for every single original character, it was the same crown for each and every one of them. We feel like that's run its course, and we wanted to do something a little more special this year.
R.I.P. if you didn't get a crown for certain characters last year.
Killer for every year.
Yep, that's me.
Daylight. The mask
That's
you
me.
earn will only be wearable for that.
That's okay, I don't even use the
character,
crowns.
Tailor-made to suit their personality and style. The masks are also going to be earned randomly. So even if you're playing as Dwight, you might earn one for Elodie or the Spirit.
And I mean, if you guys have actually seen it on the table, that's
Oh, they did that for Christmas too, so I can't really
while
complain
they
about
are
that.
focusing on a smaller subset of characters, they're going to make much more meaningful additions to your collection and look.
The artist and the Deathslinger one look cool from.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had to
I couldn't
resist
see
just
the other
putting this
names
one
because
on
the
and trying
fucking
to run away with
subtitles
it.
were over them.
Been told many times I can't
Yeah.
take it home with me, so I'll have to settle for just earning it.
That's okay. It's probably posted somewhere
And similar
like
to what we
right
did
now.
for our Halloween event, the Midnight Grove.
That's true.
Because there's some people who are like fucking SpongeBob, like write that down, write that down.
So what's great about this is we're gonna have 2 full levels of
Screen
challenges
capped!
and lore that's directly tied to the Twisted Masquerade. And one big addition in this is going to be.
I'm gonna hit the restroom. I'll be right back.
Challenges.
Okay.
So last year, if you were
He's not
around
coming back.
doing our community challenges, we were communicating on this via our social media channels, and we feel like the players really enjoyed this, but we want to bring it a little closer to you directly in game.
There'll be an entire top track dedicated to these community challenges. On that, you can track both the global progression of everyone making effort towards these community challenges and your own direct contributions. Your own direct contributions are important because you're going to have to work and you can't just take advantage of everyone else's hard work.
Exactly, but while the players are waiting for the community to catch up so that they can go on to the next challenge, there will be a set of personal challenges below on each level that you can work towards. And I mean, these are going to also give you a little bit more background on what's happening for the story behind the scenes of the archives and of the Twisted Masquerade. I mean, you're going to be earning event cosmetics either way, so definitely take the time, try to finish all of them.
So what about Dredge and Hattie? Are they getting something for this masquerade?
Yes.
So since these are actually our 2 new characters coming in, it's important that
Because they did that for the
as
witch
our
when
guest
they
honor
she
for
came into the
Twisted
Halloween
Masquerade.
event.
So
What happened?
if
I
you've
missed
seen
it.
from any of the content
Oh,
we're sharing,
they were like,
both
are the
Dredge
2 new
and Hattie
characters that are coming out
full
getting
outfits
costumes
themed
for it?
the
It's like,
event,
yeah.
so you can unlock
Because they did that for the witch when she came out.
So if you want all of it, you have to do both.
And they're really worth getting, so I suggest you do. And we also have some very cool
very gross charms, like this 6th anniversary rancid cupcake, a pop-up card, and my personal favorite, a skull with a little party hat.
And
Oh, that's
definitely a
cool.
reminder of the last person who tried to bring a party hat into the fog.
You try and
Anthony doesn't like fun.
It's okay. Once you die, you're not going to
final
remember you were
touches
in there.
on
You're
the
just going to
event.
wake back up
We're
somewhere and
bringing
go
back
like,
some
I need to
features
fix a
last year
generator.
that worked really well, like our loading screens with developer comments and selected art. So, as you're loading up into your game, you're going to see quotes from
I do
wacky
like-
folks like myself,
I do like
Jay,
those.
and others, and really bring you a bit closer to the really cool people who work on Dead by Daylight. On top of this, we're going to be bringing back our daily discounted Shrine of Secrets. So instead of it cycling on a weekly basis, we're going to be changing all of the perks every single day and be providing you a discount, so it costs less iridescent shards for every single perk available during the event. On top of that, because we know you guys love blood points.
That's pretty cool.
We're going to be doing a weekend blood hunt event. And then, again, still not done, we're going to be giving a lot of login currencies. So, if that's not enough blood points for you, not enough rift fragments, not enough iridescent shards, players will be able to earn more of these just by logging in.
It's definitely not the time to save your pennies for a rainy day. There's so much fun stuff to get. Take advantage. But for now, on behalf of everyone, I just want to say thanks again for another amazing year of Dead by Daylight. And we'll see you in the fog on June 16th for the Twisted
Justin
Death Parade.
PogChamp?
We'll see you there.
Don't you mean Dwight? Actually, that's not how people get plugged into the realm of the entity. Huh. I'll go for that guy maining Legion.
Great news about the DBD mobile game. So we had a big update in Japan at the end of April, and the results are amazing. We want to progressively release this to the rest of the world too. In the United States, there will be a closed beta test in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. You should know there's going to be quite a lot of new features in this version of the game. Leaderboards, quick matches, team system. We're also improving many aspects of the game. There's going to be visual improvements on the performance, fluidity of gameplay, and the control layout, and the new player tutorial. Also, there's going to be some brand new rewards added and some unique customization. More news are going to be coming very soon.
What the fuck?
Everyone's a phone, right?
Making a DBD dating simulator? Why are they so sexy? Hooked on you. This can't be real.
Coming to Steam.
You told me when we launched this game that I'd be here 6 years later with my feet in the sand announcing a Dead by Daylight dating sim. I would have never believed you. And that is what makes today such an amazing day. I'm excited to be able to announce that Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, is quickly coming.
Do I stream
it is a
that?
crazy idea. It's an absurd concept, but
Shane, do I stream that?
Ways to tell our Dead
Yes.
by Daylight story.
Yes, you do.
Our fans have
And I'm
shown
in
us
for
over
it.
the years just how
Is it weird that I'm also in for that?
for more background and more stories.
Go to Spirit.
about our
Huntress is so jealous.
So last year we did an official community survey. exploring
This has
new
to be
ways,
fake, right?
Of expanding
This
the
can't.
Oh my god.
This can't be real. It's not April Fool's.
The third one was dating simulators. And that was a surprise, but you know what? We decided to go for it.
Mooring me, Daddy Tricks. I've been a not
This was
survivor.
We needed to find the right people to do this justice, to really treat this properly so that it didn't turn out as insane as it sounds. So we decided to go with some specialists out there, some people that made a little game called I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
Yep. Okay, it's real.
That was very well received.
What the fuck?
Did you just pre-order it?
To have with me today, Alexei.
No, but I assume
A little bit. He's the creative director for.
they're spending way too much time on this for it to be to not be real.
Thank you for having me. I'm
If that
really
makes
excited
sense.
that I got to create such a unique take on such a really serious and kind of grim world, and bring it into a little bit of hearts and butterflies, and,
This is real.
Shine some,
This
some
is
rosy,
real.
warm light on it.
This is the world we live
So
in.
yes, you're absolutely right. It's we created a
Shut up and download it.
to do something extremely silly with it.
No, they said summertime, so I want to imagine sometime
making this right.
Sure. Well, you know, I like to say
next
that,
month.
when making a
okay,
project that's
July?
off
July-ish?
kilter and unexpected as this, the big gimmick for me is that there is no gimmick. It is a serious game that we take really seriously when we create it, and we treat all of the characters with a sense of humor, but with sort of deep respect as well, so that we can make a really compelling game that does justice to the expectations that fans have, and the expectations that these characters would have if they were slightly more real.
So it's a matter of really finding a new, interesting context in which these characters can actually express a different side of themselves.
Yeah, so, you know, the story that we're creating is very much not a canon story for the Dead by Daylight
Important to put it out there.
Want to make sure that's clear. That being said, we want
This is
to
not what I
create
expected.
something that really does justice to the truths that have been established. So we started someplace as far away as we could by thinking about, you know, what is the brightest and happiest kind of take on this world? Well, maybe it's something like the beach episode of a sitcom or an anime series, and then kind of pull our way back into that main core experience of what's going through these killers' or survivors' minds at any given moment, and try and make sense of those two worlds playing together and see what kind of crazy stuff comes from it.
So obviously one of the main questions that people have is, what characters from Dead by Daylight will I be able to interact with in this?
Sure. Well, leaning into that kind of sitcom or anime kind of cliches and tropes, and then kind of turning them on their head, we decided to take 4 killers, since killers are the most monstrous and inhuman characters in the world, and make them as human as we could by assigning 4 kind of typical TV trope archetypes.
I'm still flabbergasted.
So we've got the Trapper, who is standing in as the jock. We've got the Huntress, who is standing in as the overachiever. We've got the Wraith, who is playing the nerd. And we've got the Spirit, who
The
is
Wraith is the
jock.
nerd. Get fucked.
Amazing. And it's interesting also as a take, because those sort of archetypes,
Oh my god.
cliches from horror movies from forever ago, are things that we tried to not erase, but we tried to avoid when we did Dead by Daylight, especially on the survivor side, which we had them much more be humans and relatable. So it's really interesting to see those things that are very important to the horror genre be represented in this.
Yeah, in writing the experience, it made for a really fun twist. And what we recognized when we dug as deep as we could into the lore and talked so much with your team is that all of these killers come from a really human place to begin with. They've all suffered some sort of trauma or some sort of really dark thing in their past that bringing them into this kind of comedy scenario, but still exploring their real lore, it was just like pretty wild. So we had a lot of fun with it.
Very cool. And who, as the player, like it was an interesting choice to figure out who the player would be in this scenario.
Well, we want to let the player play as themselves. So this is an interactive branching story, and you will get to make decisions.
It's gonna
to
sound
define
weird.
Who you are. There is
But
no
I know there's
canon version
so
of
many.
yourself. We thought that that was a great way to really do justice to the huge
It doesn't
amount
sound
of
weird, but there's
diversity
gonna be
and
so
variety
many
in the Dead
females
by
excited
Daylight,
for this game.
audience.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make sure that the 4 killers who you get to romance really represent 4 very different types of relationship, and you get to be yourself and see which killer is right for you as you make honest decisions in response to some terribly strange questions.
That's awesome. A very important piece of also building that world and really giving the ambiance, the gravitas it needed, is the music.
Yeah.
And you got a really cool opportunity in there.
Yeah, we worked directly with Michel, the composer for Dead by Daylight, to make sure that even though we took this to a very different sonic place of marimba and steel drums and some jazz flute solos or Spanish guitar, we still got to express that kind of core DNA of Dead by Daylight and give people something that
This is fucking real.
unique, but also kind of true to the
They've
original
spent so
game
much time
that
talking about this
they
that there's no way it's
Yeah,
fake.
Michel was kind of happy to be able to try his hand at
I'm down. I got a new streaming game when it comes out.
I think he surprised both of us with the jazz flute.
It may seem like an odd thing to say about something that sounds and looks so different, but we wanted to make sure that it really feels fresh but authentic.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here in sunny Montreal for this little beach moment. I can say that this is one of the most out there things that we've ever done, and I'm very, very excited.
Oh yes,
You obviously want more
it is
details.
super out there,
There
my
will be
guy.
more information coming, but for now you should know
That's
you'll be able to
understated.
get your little
It's very understated.
booked on you a Dead by Daylight dating sim this summer on Steam. And if you do that, you'll also get a unique
Holy
charm
fuck.
in Dead by Daylight after that. Now, thank you again to all of our fans.
Yeah, it's real.
For
Holy fuck.
making this possible.
Good
for us.
lord.
And for once, I will say, I'll see you on the beach.
I hope you're not at that beach. I know that guy from Nickelodeon's probably loving that shot. Did I say that out loud?
We're almost done here, but we have one more question for you. What would you like us to wrap the show with? A, some more new content? Or B,
I feel like that's the same. Go follow Dead by Daylight. They were recently playing Dead by Daylight. No surprise.
Yeah, go follow Dead by Daylight. They're recently playing Hooked on You, the dating sim.
Well, that's a wrap for our 6th anniversary broadcast, and to an amazing year of Dead by Daylight. I hope you enjoyed yourself. The PTB for our latest chapter, The Roots of Dread, is live now. So
Oh, that means you can play the new killer right now.
Again, a huge thank you to our
What did
entire
we
team.
what they pick?
To you,
Did they pick
our
new
amazing
content or special surprise inside?
really flies.
Special surprise.
It seems like just yesterday that during our 5th anniversary, we revealed to you that we were going to do a Resident Evil chapter. Your reaction was so good at the time that we wondered, why stop there?
We're doing it again, Resident Evil. Here it is, my boy Wesker.
That's fucking sick.
Project
Just can't
W.
stop killing Meg.
Wow, what does the W stand for? Wait. That's cool.
Little chibis.
I think it's just showing off fan art. I love fan art. Fan art's so cool. Oh, God. So cute. Yeah, there. I'm not blocking any of the names.
You know, your classic horror characters that you... Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
I blinded him, I stunned him, so I was able to run away. See, did he get me?
It's your family photo, okay? Was the good? Was the good?
Peekaboo! 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 Peekaboo!
I will gift 20 subs if the hatch spawns right here.
Ja, ja, spawn, du Scheißding.
Someone just lost 20 subs.
Gotcha. Love how that looks. Love that. Watch this.
What? What? No way!
Look at him go, dude.
He's shaking the poppers like a salt shaker. Judge with the hammer.
Oh, is he being judged?
He's sentencing people.
Objection! Objection, Your Honor! Objection!
Honorable mention to Judge Bubba.
Yes, I did it! I did it!
Oh my goodness. Stay away from that, ma'am. Do not touch my bone.
Oh, he's got Blood Warden, baby.
Oh, let's go!
Yeah! Somebody in the locker. No! No! That one! That one.
Só queria uma palha de save pra ficar aqui até o Maker Choice acabar.
Ai! Meu Deus! Isso foi horrível!
What is he expecting from this?
Oh, my second performance! Oh my God!
Hello? Anonymous with a $500 dono? Whoa! Oh my God, that was iconic. I'm so happy we were able to see that live. Whoa!
And a little higher. Not me being better.
아니 자세 너무 어려워.
Wait, I want to do it.
The box. You opened it. I came.
Yeah, you did.
Oh God. Oh.
What?
Whoop.
Got it!
Ow.
Why did I do that?
No! But why?
If I get this, bro.
No! Leave me.
They gave odds like the smallest part.
Someone clip that.
I know why. They're probably trying to show off a little some of the other.
Everyone else. That
yeah.
makes sense.
Because Ots normally has like the highest view count for DBD.
Yeah.
Because I want to say he's got more views than the actual Dead by Daylight page.
Not quite. They're at 39. He's at 21.
So that's why.
Bill, get your up. Bill, please. Bill. He's dead.
I don't feel so well.
Hey.
Ew, and I stink. Oh, great, you're here to unhook me.
I just did my nails, so you can understand my situation.
Yeah, no problem, I guess. There are others, like Felix. I'd unhook you, but then I'd be sick too. Yeah, but you could cleanse after, and then we can... He's gone. Meg!
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
I love that guy's animations. They're so good. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Was dope. Now that the live broadcast is over,